Hey everyone, this is Bryan from Vance Hines, and today we're going to take this 2022 Limited and install one of our newest air cleaners, the VO2 Insight. This VO2 Insight happens to feature the all-new Force Velocity Stack, which is patent pending, designed by Andrew Hines, 6 times NHRA Pro Stock champion. It is super easy to install and increases the power output by 1 horsepower throughout the entire VO2 line. One of the features of the VO2 Insight is this air cleaner assembly. As you can see, the polycarbonate is molded into the air cleaner, so there's no O-rings, no difficult installations, and you got this really nice 3D Vance Hines embossed logo on the polycarb. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to take this air cleaner and we're going to assemble it on the bench. The nice thing about the VO2 Insight, as well as the rest of the Force Velocity Stack line, is you'll notice for Milwaukee 8 models, as well as the rest, there's this little indent. So we're going to put the gasket and the hardware on here, press it on, rotate it, and then lock it down from the back. Ultra simple, but we can build the whole thing on the bench and then install it. So that's what we're gonna do. So the first step is to get these hoses into the holes in the back plate. So there you have it. Make sure the long one goes in the rear, and the short one in the front, just like that. So that way when they get hooked up, they can connect. Take our air cleaner, get that lined up. You want the logo to be as plain as you possibly can, according to this. So this is kind of what you're looking for. If it's a little bit off, it's going to look funny when it's on the bike. So you want to get it as lined up as possible. Take the cover, put it on top. So now that we're at this point, you want to take these standoffs, make sure that the larger end goes on the bottom. So this faces the back plate and this guy faces the air cleaner. All right, so we're going to take the standoffs, place them in there, grab the ARP hardware, put it through the cover, through the back plate, and take one of the lock nuts and thread it on there loosely. I say loosely because I want to get this whole assembly up, make sure that everything is nice and level before we tighten everything down. So at this point we're just doing like loose assembly, nothing's permanent, and we can adjust it and lock it down when it's perfect. Cool, so we have this loosely built as a full air cleaner assembly. As you can see, the line in between this and that keeps the Vance Hines logo nice and plain through the straight portion of it, so that way when we get it on, everything will be level. So then, take your gasket, make sure that the notch lines up with that notch there in the induction module, and then thread in your induction module bolts. You want to leave them a little bit loose, because that's how we're going to get that whole assembly installed on this bike. Now if you go too loose, it's going to be a lot of tightening later on, so you kind of want to find that sweet spot. And then take the whole assembly, line up the holes in the back, rotate it on, and that's it. So we're going to lock down the back hardware, we'll tighten all these up, but other than that, it's installed. Super, super simple. Alright, so now that that's tight and it's not going anywhere, make sure you get the hoses on here. So there's the rear, there's the front, and then we'll just tighten these guys down. So the cool thing about installing this VO2 Insight, as well as the rest of the Force Velocity stacks, is you only really need 2 tools, a 7/16 and a 5/16. Alright, so there you have it. VO2 Insight installed on this 22 Limited. Again, Force Velocity Stack designed by 6-time NHRA Pro Stock champion Andrew Hines makes this a crazy easy install. And a lot of great horsepower along the way. And the VO2 Insight, again, polycarbonate, no leaks. And you can see that Velocity Stack working. Super cool setup. Don't forget that all VO2 Insights are now 50-state CARB approved. So if you're in California, take this little sticker, install it somewhere on your frame up near the neck, and make sure you guys have that on display just in case. And we'll see you guys on the next video.